Hi, now I'm going to show you how to perfectly sculpt and highlight your face. This is something that takes makeup artists years to perfect, but I'm going to show you some quick and easy ways how to find the perfect bone structure for your face. This is my model Sophia, and my name's Katie James. Let's get started. So today I'm going to be using a cream highlight and contour. This is a kit by Tom Ford. So you have your contouring color and your highlight color in one place, which is very convenient. So get started on the contouring. So you want to use a small foundation brush for this. This is where you're going to be finding your bone structure. I'm going to start on the cheekbones. So you're going to roll your finger right underneath your cheekbone where you think it is, and where it kind of hooks underneath and stops, that's where you're going to do your contouring. So we're starting all the way back here, and you're using the tip of your brush, and you're pulling that line down so that you get that nice contour. And then just blend it a little bit upward. You don't want to go too far down, but this is supposed to create the illusion of a shadow underneath your cheekbone. So this is what it's going to look like before you blend it. So I'm taking a small blush brush and I'm going to blend in a circular motion. The really important thing to remember about this is you're going to be working upward. You want it to kind of hook underneath the bone. You don't want to go downward because you want to keep this straight line. So blending it up, it's just accentuating and looks like a nice shadow. Always remembering to get it all the way back to the ear. And what's nice about this cream is it blends down to almost nothing, so you don't really see any product on the face. It just looks like an accentuated shadow. Sometimes your face isn't exactly symmetrical. You can use contouring to fix that, or you can go underneath your natural bones. So you always want to find it. You don't want to assume that you know where it is. Going back all the way to the ear and right underneath. And then you can blend that up a little bit. And then you take your blush brush and blend that in circles slightly upward. And she has such good bone structure already, it's very easy to find her bones. Just to finish that off, you want to do a tiny bit coming up to the temple. So then we're going to do something that a lot of makeup artists call burning. You're burning your edges, so you're going all the way around the face, and that kind of just gives that structure to it. It makes your jawbone look more defined. It makes your hairline look more defined. It adds a little bit more structure to the face naturally. So same thing with the foundation brush, right on the hairline. This you're doing really, really lightly. We don't want it to look like there's a line here. Everything's very subtle. And you're gonna pinch your brush together so it's tight and burn downward. You need a brush with pretty tight bristles to do this, because if you're trying to do this with a soft brush, it's just kind of gonna sit on top of the color. It's not gonna move it around. You really want this to blend it down. So then we're going right on the jawline. Again, it's not straight here. It's almost like an L. So you're starting at the earlobe and coming down in an L shape. So that's the basic outline where you're wanting to contour. And you take your brush and blend that out. And this just gives that really nice sharp jawline definition. Along the front is not as noticeable, but you can just connect that line so it looks more natural. The nose contouring is optional. Some people feel like the bridge of their nose is a little wider than they'd like, so they contour on the outside. I'll show you how to do that. You can kind of see where her natural bridge of her nose is. You're following that line. You're not trying to make it thinner. If you're following her natural line, it's going to naturally make the nose look thinner anyway. So we go down her natural bridge of the nose on both sides with the sharp end of the brush, and then you're going to connect it underneath in a circle. And you take a smaller blush brush and you're blending up and then back down along the nose. You don't want to blend on the inside because that's where you want that light to be. You want it to look light and highlighted. So now we're going to go back in and do highlights. With highlights, I like to use a cream because it blends really seamlessly into the skin and looks very natural. So the main highlight spots on the face are our cheekbones, middle of the forehead, middle of the chin, and bridge of the nose. Again, we're finding the bone, but this time you're going between your brow bone and the cheekbone. And you tap right here and go right underneath the eye. And this is a really subtle highlighter. You can go as bright and shiny or as matte as you want with this. I'm also bringing it a little bit up above the brow, almost like a C right around the eye here. And these are the bones that kind of stick out and catch the light, and that's what we're mimicking here. And then you go right in the middle of the forehead here. And I like to think of it as you put the product here and then you kind of blend it out like a star so that it blends really seamlessly. But the main focus is the center. And the same thing on the chin. So then I'm going to use a brush for the nose. I'm taking a small concealer brush and then right between the lines that I made before. Then you just blend that down and it gives a really, really subtle highlight. And that's how to perfectly sculpt and highlight your face. Let's do a recap. Starting at the cheekbones, you're going to find your bone, use a flat foundation brush to draw right underneath the bone, and then use a blush brush to blend in circles. Then you're going to go all the way around the face, which we call burning. We go right underneath the jawline in an L shape, blend that out, and then we go right around the hairline in a half moon and blend that downward. To contour the nose, we did two very thin lines with the concealer brush right along the edges of the bridge of the nose. And then we went in with the highlighter. We're tapping on the cheekbone up to here, and then going around in a C motion. Right in the middle of the forehead, blend out in a star-like motion. The same with the middle of the chin. And then just a light stripe of highlight right in between the contours that we did before. And now we finished perfectly sculpting and highlighting her face. And I'd like to thank Sophia for being here with me today. And my name is Katie James. You can view more of my work at katiejames.com. Thanks for watching.